read about the Asor Nisyonos, Shanisa HaKadosh Baruch Hu Avram. Avram was tested with 10 tests. There's no question, Lech Lecha, Be'artzcha, L'Arz Be'Savicha, leaving his birthplace, his homeland, his family. Nobody argues this was a test. However, there's an argument whether Ur Kasdim, which is only alluded to, only mentioned by location, Ur Kasdim, the location was Kasdim. Yet, when the Torah tells us that Avram with his father, they left Ur Kasdim. Ur Kasdim is the Kilna Kasdim. So Chazal tell us, why does the Torah refer to it as Ur Kasdim? Because he was given an ultimatum by Nimrod, who was the king, either to bow to the idol or go into the kiln. Avram chose to go into the kiln. The world is a pagan world. Avram Avinu, he made a choice. He could have lived, continue living. He chose to go into the kiln. Miraculously, he came out alive. Yet, it seems to be a test. But yet, it's an argument whether this was one of the Asor Nisyonos. Is Lech Lecha the first Nisoyon, the first test, or Ur Kasdim is the first test? Seemingly, what's the argument? Now the question, what are the tests? Every one of the tests of Avram Avinu, whether it was, we find, he comes to Canaan, immediately is a famine, Rov. And since the beginning of existence till that moment, there was never such a famine. Why did Hashem bring about a famine? The answer is it was a test. Here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Avram, Lech Lecha, you can have wealth, children, fame. He's there just a few months. He's confronted with a famine. The average person, even the special person, would say, here, Hashem, he promised me. Yet you've made my life difficult, nearly, barely to be survived. Avram did not ask a question. The question going to Mitzrayim was that the right thing to do, not the right thing to do, but he did not ask a question. Lech Lecha. The question is, does he go or doesn't he go? Here, Avram Avinu is told, abandon your family, your countrymen, your birthplace. And Chazal tell us that Choron, what was it the equivalent of? Of a Beis HaKvoros, of a cemetery, where you have a flask of the most fragrant perfume in a cemetery. So you tell to the person, you're wasting, it's just a waste. That nobody is alive who's able to benefit from fragrance of the perfume. If you want people to benefit, take it mi ben hamesim and put it ben hachayim, put it among the living. Your ability to impact on people's lives, these people here are basically the equivalent of corpses. You'll have no effect on these people. Pick yourself up, go to Canaan, that's where you will make a difference. Even though it tells us he took with him hanefsh osam choron, all the converts, as Chazal tell us, Avram Megayim es hanoshim, Sora Megayeres es hanoshim. Avram converted the males and Sora imenu, the females, to monotheism, but relative to what could be accomplished, it's meaningless. Abandon your father, your home, your homeland. Avram could have said to Hashem, give me one more try. Let me try one more time. The moment Hashem says leave, he picked himself up without question. He did not question HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you go and evaluate every one of the tests, it was not the question, should he or should he not? He did not ask a question. He was totally subjugated to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He was nullified to the will of God, the Akedah, whatever it was. Or Kasdim, it wasn't a question. That was his choice. Do I live as a pagan and bow, or do I die? That's a choice. It's not a question. Therefore, as a result of that, that's the question. Is that counted as one that Asor Nisyonos, Shnisa HaKadosh Baruch Hu Avram? Always people have questions. Now, it's interesting. When, God forbid, a person experiences a tragedy in life, there's a bracha, Dayino Emes. It's a rabbinic bracha. Why did Chazal legislate this bracha? It's a very important bracha. Because the moment the person asks a question, why? It's very bad. By declaring Dayino Emes, we accept, unquestioned. We don't question HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's the true judge. As a result of that, it brings us to a level of relationship which is very unique and special.